Hey guys, today I'm excited to give you my spoiler-free thoughts on two films, and the reason I am looping this into one review is because while these films really do go together, I would consider them sister films, and honestly to watch just one and not the other will leave you a little bit confused. We'll get into that more later. Now these films are called To Every You I've Loved Before, and To Me, The One Who Loved You. These are coming to Crunchyroll on the 20th of April this month, just a couple of days away. And let me tell you, so I've watched the subbed versions of these, not the dubbed versions. And I was immediately hooked with the first one, okay? Which I started with To Every You I've Loved Before. Now, fun fact, you can watch them in either order. And after watching both of them, this is true. You can watch either one first. It really doesn't matter. However, as you finish whichever one you watch first, there's gonna be little bits of like, wait, what just happened? Little bit of confusion. It feels like you almost didn't get the full story, and that is what the sister film is there for, okay? They are written by the same person, and it is very clear that they are supposed to be watched together, which maybe is part of the problem. It's not a bad thing. Listen, I really thoroughly enjoyed the story. I thought it was great. I was all in. I was intrigued. There were twists and turns, things that happened around every corner, and I was like, what is going on here? But it does, you almost have to watch them back to back to get the full experience, and it feels a little long when you do that, okay? Because there are some repetitive things, of course, because it's being explained in the other film, something that has happened. Now, this whole thing basically covers, like, this is another version of the multiverse, okay, guys? They call them parallel worlds, but it's essentially another timeline, another multiverse situation, right? Which we've gotten so much of recently. This is basically every time you make a choice, it splits and another parallel world is created, okay? Even little tiny choices like what you're going to have for breakfast, or then major choices, which is what this one revolves around in, is more like which parent are you going to live with when your parents get divorced. And that is really what these films follow. They follow a young boy who makes a decision. One of the films is where he goes to live with his mother after his parents get divorced, and the other film is what happens when he goes to live with his father after his parents get divorced. There's some overlap. There's the same sort of people that come in and out of his life. There's similar situations, okay? And that's kind of what they talk about as well. There's this company, it's like the Imaginary Science, it's called. They create things that are like watches, and they will tell you when you slip into another universe, I call it, but a parallel world, it'll tell you what number world it is, right? So like, for example, one of them that gets brought up in the film is 85, and that means this is world 85. You are 85 whatever distance, I guess, away from your main world, which is 0. And so it talks like that's like how different things would be, right? Which is still very similar. That's kind of the situation. It is a little bit confusing, but really as things start to go, you'll totally get it. Now here's the thing. They talk about how every once in a while you parallel shift. You shift into another world and you maybe don't know it, but then you just shift back, right? Some examples they give is like, say you put like something down somewhere and you're looking for it and you can't find it, and then you come back like half an hour later or something and it's there again and you're like, I swear I looked here. You know, little things like that, right? Where you maybe feel like you've met someone before, but they don't remember you. Situations like that, right? Kind of deja vu-ish type things, okay? Which actually really makes for an interesting story. But this story really is about love and friendship and loss. Like, there's so many emotional moments throughout this journey, and I want to keep this spoiler-free, but my main thing is you guys have to watch both films to fully get the picture, okay? Like I said, you're going to finish one film, you're going to be like, wow, that was really good. No matter which one you choose, that was really good, but I feel like it's missing something. I feel like there are some pieces that weren't fully explained, some things that left me a little confused, some things I need a little bit more information on. And then it's almost instantly when you start the other film, you're going to start clicking with everything. You're going to go, oh, okay, that's where that came from. Oh, that's where that came from. Okay. And it's little pieces. These really complement each other. So you have to watch both of them. Again, you really can choose whichever order you want to watch in. I started with To Every You I've Loved before going on to Me, The One Who Loved You. But really, they're both fantastic. They're beautiful. They tell a great story. They're emotional. I teared up several times in both films. Like, there's a lot happening here. It tells, again, a powerful story about love, loss. There's loss in both of these. And, it hits you in the gut. Like, It's really, really good. It's really entertaining. I loved the story. The only issue I have is that you can't watch these separate. So almost maybe it should have been one film, and then like I don't know how you would have done it. I guess making it a sister film makes sense because it makes it about a little over 3 hours long versus like, you know, now you've got like an hour and a half ish and an hour and a half ish, right? So like that's better, I guess. But really, I think I highly recommend watching them both. I think if you try to just watch one and be done with it, you're just not going to be able to. It's not going to fully click. It's not going to fully make sense. But I really loved them both. And like I said, these come to Crunchyroll on April 20th, and I highly recommend that you check them out. They're a lot of fun. If you're an anime fan, and like I kind of dig how they do the multiverse, it's pretty brilliant. And this isn't a spoiler, but like as things go on, they kind of figure a way to force shift, right? Force parallel shift into other worlds, and it gets interesting and entertaining, and you're gonna kind of fall in love with the main characters, and it's really great. It's a lot of relatable stuff. They both go down completely different paths, but similar paths. It's so hard to explain without spoilers. You'll see what I mean when you check them out on Crunchyroll April 20th. I give them collectively a 4.5 out of 5. I felt like I couldn't really rate them separately. If I did, I'd probably give them each like a 3.5 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5 because they feel incomplete, which is almost an issue here. But if you watch them both together, I think you're thoroughly going to enjoy them. You guys let me know what you thought about these films down below into the comments if you've gotten to this review after you've already got to see them. If not, let me know if you plan to check them out. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.